there is a very important part of this that is tied up to my fabric of who I am as a person, which is basically when I was growing up, I was very, although I grew up in a third world country. It's so funny because I talk about growing up, but I've been in New York for a longer period of time than I've been in Dominican Republic. When I was growing up, I was very lucky or fortunate to be able to grow up in a middle class family, hard workers, but they had no planning. Uh, in the eyes of other people or someone else, they will think that my parents were all set because they were highly educated, well positioned financially. My mom was an attorney. My dad was a general in the military. But my dad came down with cancer. They had to basically use all their assets to try to help him survive the disease. Unfortunately, he did not. Then he passed away. Then we realized that unfortunately we had a lot of debt that my dad had accumulated. Now it became my mom's problem and therefore our problem. And then it became a snowball until hopefully later I was able to, between my brother and myself, were able to get a lot of the problems from the family solved from a financial standpoint. So I have a personal vendetta to make sure that anyone that I touch does not go through what my parents went through. So that's why for me it's actually very personal what I do for a living. And I know sometimes it's, they tell me not do not take personal the things that you do all the time because it sometimes is randomly had to do with you. But the reality is it's hard not to take something personal when you care so much about what you do, when you care so much about the clients that you work with, when you care so much about the well-being of others, and that for me is very important.